Assessed the conflicting requests of both you and Elizabeth, and
so my petition for emergency custody was denied?
Not only was it denied, but based on your history of substance abuse, your visitation has been suspended.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that you will have no further contact with either Jake or Cameron until custody and visitation can be determined through mediation.
I'm Jake's father, and you can't cut me out of his life.
I think you both need to go.
Elizabeth, it appears that you are the one person that can keep this from getting any worse.
Anything you have to say to my client, you say through me. Oh, you're the one who wanted to play hardball. Appealing to Elizabeth now that it's come back to bite you is both inappropriate and borderline unethical.
If you call me unethical one more time...
Elizabeth and I are both the parents. It's between us. Do you want me to stay away from Cameron and Jake?
Hey, you need to have a talk with your brother.
Well, if this is about his petition for emergency guardianship over Jake, I already tried to talk him out of it.
Yeah, well, it must not have worked. I was with Elizabeth when Diane came by to discuss strategy, and then a few minutes later she got a call saying that Lucky wanted to take Jake.
Yeah, Alexis' idea.
Yeah, of course it was. I mean, Lucky's hurt and he's angry, but he's never been vindictive. I don't think he would ever try to take Jake away from Elizabeth.
In all fairness to Lucky, Elizabeth did choose Jason's attorney for the divorce. To Lucky, he feels like that's just throwing it in his face.
Look, I love Lucky. I've known him longer than you have, but if we're going to start comparing who did what to whom, Lucky's going to lose. I mean, he put Elizabeth through hell when he was addicted to pills. And then when their marriage started to fall apart, he couldn't wait to dive into bed with Sam.
So you don't think Lucky has any rights to Jake?
No, I think that Elizabeth would have let Lucky see the boys whenever he wanted. I think that the custody agreement would have been just that, a legal document to have been thrown into a drawer and forgotten about. I mean, Elizabeth's not perfect, but Lucky's not even trying to meet her halfway.
Here's the difference, in my opinion. Lucky's still in love with Elizabeth. And he'd go right back to her in a second if she'd ask, but she won't. Why? Because she's in love with your brother. And I can't blame him for being angry at that.
I'm advising you that it's in yours and your children's best interest to end this discussion immediately.
I'm sorry, but I agree. You're emotional right now. You're reacting off the judge's decision to deny your petition. You're going to do something. You're going to settle for something that you're going to regret down the road, so just wait till mediation, all right?
You're still maybe my attorney, but I can speak for myself.
This isn't about rules and regulations. This is about our family. We need to talk this through privately.
Elizabeth, don't do this.
Lucky, I'm asking you to take my advice here. You just wait, you sleep on it, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Both of you. Elizabeth, I am only a phone call away.
Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me yet. God, Lucky, how could you even think of filing for emergency custody?
Alexis thought it was a good strategy.
Well, forget about Alexis and Diane right now. This is us now alone. What if the judge had granted the petition? Would you have honestly taken Jake away from me?
Yes.
Well, then this private discussion is over.
I was afraid I was going to lose my son.
So your solution was to take him away from his mother?
Sorry if this is a bad time, but I gotta talk to you. I need your help.
Help with what?
I gotta find Lulu.
So did you know how Elizabeth felt about Jason before she and Lucky got remarried?
I knew they slept together. We both did.
Right, but people who sleep together that shouldn't, they either put that behind them or they don't, and I don't think that Elizabeth really put it behind.
She was never unfaithful to Lucky.
Well, emotionally she was, and In my book, that's unfaithful. And I think that's what Lucky's been reacting to all along.
Can't help who you love, Nikolas.
Okay, look, I'm not blaming Elizabeth for falling in love with Jason. I'm just saying she should have been honest about it, that's all.
All right, hold on a second. Are we going to pretend or, I don't know, forget that Lucky had a drug addiction? Because Elizabeth was afraid that he was going to start using again. Frankly, I was pretty afraid of that,
So
too.
lie to the man? Lie to the man, let him build his life around someone who doesn't feel the same way about him?
I'm just saying she didn't want to hurt him.
I'm not trying to defend Lucky here. I don't think he should try and take Jake away from Elizabeth. But if Elizabeth doesn't want to hurt Lucky, all right, she needs to find some sort of empathy and compassion here. I don't know, try and remember that she did love him once. And try and help him.
You know, maybe you're right. Okay? Maybe Elizabeth is the one who should back down. But what if she does? All right, what if she does and Lucky gets Jake and then he moves in with Sam?
Where did that come from?
Are you kidding?
What?
Don't pretend like you don't see it. Nikolas, Sam wants to get revenge on Jason and Elizabeth. All right, seducing Lucky was stage 1, and it wouldn't surprise me a bit if stage 2 was getting some sort of access to Jake.
I thought my sister was through with you.
No, we patched things up.
Then why don't you know where she is?
I haven't heard from her since yesterday, okay? Your father's been pushing her to stay away from me.
Because you're Scott's son, or you're bad news, or both.
Look, I've done some things to hurt Lulu, and I feel really sorry for that.
Yeah, sometimes sorry isn't good enough.
Hey, haven't you ever done anything to hurt the people that you cared about and regretted it? Huh?
Well, Lulu's not here. And she hasn't said anything to us about forgiving you, so maybe you should just leave her alone.
Lulu and
Maybe about it.
I are good together, okay? She was going to give us another chance.
And then I guess she'll call you when she's ready.
I wouldn't be worried if I knew where she was.
Look, we're in the middle of something here. You need to go.
What if something's happened to her?
Something did. It was you. Let's go. Whatever he had with Lulu is over. He just refuses to see it. It's the same mistake I made with you.
I have to get to work. I think we've said all we should until the mediation.
I had no idea you were so bitter towards Sam.
Come on, she's been pretty hateful to Elizabeth, and she didn't do Lucky any favors by sleeping
You liked her
with him.
just fine when she was with Jason.
Yeah, because she was a different person when she was with Jason. Or at least it seemed that way.
And of course, there's no chance that Jason could have done anything wrong.
I mean, they both made mistakes.
But Sam more than Jason.
Why are you pushing this?
Because you have this blind spot for your brother. And it annoys me. I mean, you give him the benefit of the doubt every chance you get.
Well, hold on a second. Here, weren't we talking about Sam? Who, by the way, has been throwing herself at Lucky nonstop? I mean, she wanted to wreck Elizabeth's marriage as payback, when the truth is that Jason would have never broken up with her if she hadn't done something unforgivable.
Like what? You have any specifics on that matter?
Nikolas, of course not. Come on, it's Jason. He doesn't talk about his feelings when he's
See,
hurt.
that's
but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
But that's what I'm talking about. In your mind, there's no possibility that Jason could have just dumped Sam for Elizabeth, right?
No.
That's...
No possibility at all. Hey, Nikolas, listen. I really don't want to talk about this anymore, okay? I can feel that we're both getting really angry, and to tell you the truth, it's none of our business.
No, it is our business. He's my brother and your friend, and I want to help him.
All right, maybe Lucky just needs to find his own way out. And the only thing that we can do is listen to him and Elizabeth and try not to judge them and try not to take sides.
Hey, Elizabeth, do you know if Lucky's talking to Rob and Ned?
I have no idea. Lucky and I haven't exactly been amicable lately. We're kind of in the middle of a divorce.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not asking to affect Lucky's decision.
What do you mean?
Robin is determined to get pregnant. Lucky's on her list of guys she's going to ask to be the father.
You're speechless.